Gaffer, today obviously the big news that we've signed Filip Steparovic on loan from Motherwell. Just starting off, can you tell us a bit about him and what the fans can expect to see from him?
Yeah, well, obviously firstly I'd like to thank Motherwell Football Club for allowing us to get a player with the quality of Filip in the building. But yeah, Filip's a player that I was tracking myself from January when I first got contact from his agent. Unfortunately, come the summer, Motherwell beat us to the signature, but delighted to get him in now, and hopefully he can come in and add value to us. And it's a win-win for both parties, ourselves and Motherwell, and obviously the player that hopefully can come here and score goals and go back to Motherwell a better player.
And there was obviously a lot of work done in a short space of time to get this over the line. Can you give us a bit of insight into how the deal happened? Yeah,
it moved pretty quickly. You know, obviously since obviously the stuff from last week, we've been trying to get someone in. I'd spoke to a few other managers in the Premier League to try and get players that I thought may be available, but unfortunately we couldn't get anyone. And then Filip popped up. But yeah, it was done pretty quickly. You know, obviously the chairman, general manager, myself, we acted pretty quickly on getting it, because I know there was other teams in the Championship looking to try and get Filip, and we're just delighted that Motherwell and Stuart have allowed Filip to come to us.
And a chance tomorrow for him to get straight into action as well against Ayr United. What are your thoughts going into that game?
Yeah, another tough game. You know, Ayr have been excellent this season, undefeated, so we know how difficult the game will be, especially down at Somerset. But we've got a good record against Ayr in the time I've been at the club, so we're looking to continue that tomorrow. But we know how important it will be to try and kick on from the performance put in last week, keep that momentum going. And hopefully the boys can take comfort from the performance put in last week. But yeah, it'll be a tough game, but one that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, you mentioned last week's game, it was obviously an important win for the boys, and you mentioned the performance and carrying that over. What has the message been ahead of tomorrow's game to try and put in the same level of performance? Yeah,
just similar to last week. You know, we done really well. I thought 11v11 we were the better team. I thought 10v11 we were still the better team, but we didn't move the ball quick enough, and we'll have to do that tomorrow, because Ayr are right on top of you. You know, the press and are harrying you every opportunity they can get. So we have to be really good on the ball tomorrow. We have to move it sharp, and we have to take the game to them. You know, we want to try and upset them at home, get the fans a little bit jittery, get the players a little bit unsettled, and hopefully come away with a positive result. But listen, we're under no illusions how difficult the task will be tomorrow.
Yeah, and you mentioned United's great start to the season as well. Is it a case of a game, do you focus too much on them, or is it more just about focusing on yourself going into tomorrow?
No, listen, I think always you have to give respect to the opposition regardless of who they are, and we always do that. But it's about us, Gareth. I don't really look too much into our opposition. I certainly look at their threats. We know what their threats will be, but we mainly focus on their weaknesses, and we've looked at that. We've targeted the areas that we think we can hurt them. They'll also be looking at us and see where they think we have weaknesses, but that's part and parcel of football. And like I say, we'll try and do that tomorrow, and hopefully come out with a positive result.
And looking to carry things over, like we mentioned already, but I suppose a big positive from last week as well was just the chances that we created, and the fact that we could have had more, couldn't we?
Yeah, we certainly could have. I think in the 3 games we've had at home, we've certainly made numerous opportunities. But the pleasing thing for me was, again, another clean sheet. No shots on target from the opposition, which is testament to the team from the front to the back. But certainly, again, another confidence booster for the back four plus Ryan. And if we can do that, and tomorrow we'll certainly come away with a point at least. So that is the aim. You know, we want to try and win as many games as we can, regardless of who we're playing. Ayr sitting nice and pretty at the top end of the table. If we can go there and pick up another victory, then people start taking a look at ourselves. Like I say, in the 6 games we've played this season so far, I think the only game we've let ourselves down was the 60 minutes at Livingston. And the other games, albeit Falkirk and Queen's Park was probably 2 45s, and we came out of that with 0 points. But I think in the game we played very well.
And in a league like this, we always know how tight it is, but none more so in the last few weeks. You know, you see that a win or a draw, it changes a lot of things, doesn't it?
It does. Like I say, this league's very unforgiving. You have to earn the right to win games of football, and that'll be for every team. It's not just ourselves. But we can only focus on ourselves. We'll certainly do that tomorrow. We'll give Ayr the respect that they're due from the league position. but we're looking forward to the game. Hopefully, again, the support can come. We normally get a good away support anyway, so hopefully they can come down, be full of voice, and hopefully we can send them up the road with another positive result.
And we've spoken about the addition of Philippe already, but in terms of just the overall team selection for tomorrow, how are we looking?
Yeah, nothing much has really changed. We've only got one slight concern, which we'll try and leave as long as we can, but in terms of the squad overall, yeah, nothing's really changed apart from Philippe joining us. So yeah, pretty strong and looking forward to the game.